I might get hit hard for this, but I don't think these celebrities or non-celebrities who adopt black babies are doing it for a noble purpose. The reason why I say that is because as many black babies and children are in adoptive care or foster system, those children are looked over. Here it is, you have celebrities or Joe and John Q. Public will go overseas to adopt African, quote unquote, black African children, but not black children who are born here in America. Now, I have a theory about this. They figure that those who are from overseas are more appreciative. They figured that the American black is disobedient. They figure that they can alleviate the accusation of racism if they say, hey, I can't be racist if I adopt a black child, or especially a black child that's from the continent of Africa or from the Middle East. I'm telling you right now, it's not done for a noble reason. How many black children that you know, and let me go back. First of all, there are blacks who adopt children. There are blacks who foster parents. Now, in the media, they make you think that black foster parents and black adoptive parents are monsters. That's not true. Those are isolated instances, what you've heard. But there are people within my family. There are people outside of my family. There are people that I've came in contact with are foster parents or adoptive parents. And they're black. But when I see white parents with a little black baby in the stores, the first thing they do, and I know a lot of people don't want to admit this, but there is a different appearance towards an African-born child versus a black American-born child. Let's just be honest, okay? I've seen white people go out their way to go up to a black African child. Oh, you're so cute. Oh my gosh. Where do you adopt them from? Cause that means obvious. Now, on a rare occasion, you might say, "Hey, I'm not this child parent. I'm babysitting, or this is my friend's child." But usually they adopt them, and then the black American child, for some reason, they ignore them. Now, as I said before, it's done because white people think that blacks are unworthy of love, or they think that we've been disobedient, or that we're not appreciative, like I said before. I mean, now people are going to say, well, they need to be adopted too. You live in America. You go all the way around the world to go adopt a child of color, but you have children of color here looking for homes. And as I said before, I have a theory. It's a must. It's like the new accessory. I remember when it was cool. It was Asian kids getting popped up everywhere. It was Mexican kids popped up, Hindus. But now the black child's a new accessory. And I'm gonna tell you what kicked this shit off full swing. When Oprah decided she wanna start her school, people like Madonna and Sandra Bullock and now Charlize Theron and some more. Then you had the gay community. People didn't want to be foster, let gay people be foster parents or adopted parents. But when they started to ease up on the reins, what happened? They started adopting black children. I'm telling you, it's a pattern right here. Then when Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt did what they did, they had to clean their public image. So they went to go adopt, what was that, the Asian kid first. Then she got pregnant. Then let's go adopt the little African girl. Come on. Now people can say, maybe you're reading too much into it. Maybe these people are doing it for noble purposes. But I'm just telling you, if you live in this country and you got to go all the way around the world, when there are children here that need to be adopted, black children be adopted, I find a suspect. Now, some people might even use the excuse, well, you know what, those children live in an impoverished nation. I think people need to be careful with the impoverished nation stuff and with the stereotype of Africa. Everybody in Africa is poor. Don't get me wrong, it's suffering in Africa. in Africa, and it's come from what the so-called quote-unquote superpowers like the United States and Arab Emirates and Israel and these other places. And this is how you condition black children to turn, whether they have African ancestry or American ancestry, to turn against their own people. This is why the confusion has come in the last 15 to 10 years about who's considered black. Now, as I said before, these parents can very well love these kids. They can fall in love with them. But I just question the timing. And they saying white, and this, I'm reading the title, they said, white celebrities adopt black babies because no one else will. That's bullshit. I know firsthand of foster parents and adoptive parents. But as I said before, the system doesn't give them the tools or help them, because I ain't going to get into too much detail. Just put it like this. There are a lot of black foster and adoptive parents. But I feel like these kids are being used as a prop to keep white celebrities or white people from being accused of being racist, or are they doing it to alleviate something or to make themselves feel better? Because nobody want to talk about the stories where the parents gave back the child or said they couldn't handle it. I give you an example. Remember when Sandra Bullock was going through her shit with her ex-husband Jesse James? Now, from what I understand, the adoption process already started. But when she got on stage and was cracking on Tiger Woods, some people, myself included, said that, who is she to talk and make fun or criticize somebody's relationship? Then when she went to her stuff, she became the sympathetic figure. Because remember when they was talking about Sandra Bullock, she has just adopted this cute little boy. How can you do this to her? I mean, like I said, I had to sit back and just look at the timing of certain things. And that's not to say that black kids shouldn't be adopted by anybody, but it's just something, I don't know. It's just something about it just don't seem genuine to me. Like I said, you've noticed a lot of gay couples. Go look at the images. Gay couples are adopting black children as well. I don't know what you may think out here on YouTube, but I think it's something more nefarious going on. Now, maybe it can be because I've seen stuff or had certain experiences, or maybe because being a black man, you've seen so much stuff over the years, you kind of, I won't say paranoid, but you kind of skeptical. My skepticism meter is on high. Now, people want to make black people out to be the villain when we talk about this. But we shouldn't be vilified, because you have to understand, we can't even talk about racism in this country, around this planet, and then you got white folk adopting black children or children of color that closely associated with the black community. Something ain't right. This is why I say to our brothers and sisters, before you lay down, decide whether or not you want to produce a child. Because all we doing is creating a vacuum where our own people will start turning against us. I mean, let's really think about it. Black baby is raised in a white home. This child is not going to have the experiences that the traditional black child has, because they're going to be isolated, insulated from certain things. That doesn't mean they're not going to experience racism, but it's going to be done in a different way. That's why I say President Obama was isolated and insulated from racism to a degree. This is why he is afraid to be seen speaking about black issues. We didn't say he was the black president, but speaking towards black issues, I should say. Now people are going to say, hey, Harvey, what if you got married to a white woman and they produce a child? That child would be black, and that child will experience racism at a very early age. This is why I say to us as black people, we need to get our crap in order, because our children are growing up mixed up. And people figure that, you know what, if I go adopt a black child, that leaves me have to deal with racism because I adopted a black child, or I carried a black man's child, or I produced a child with a black woman. Come on. We had to be a little bit smarter than this, because I'm telling you, it just strikes me as odd that you can go adopt a black child, but you don't want to speak to black issues, or you're not in the forefront of speaking up on our behalf, or read along with us, I should say. Now, these people can very well may not be racist, and I'm not saying they are, but I find it funny. You live in America, and you're going to adopt black babies from around the globe, but up in here in America, you won't touch a black kid, you won't go near a black kid, you won't go near the black community. Now, people say it says something about the black community. I think it says something about both our communities. Tell me what you think.